Hello and welcome to another episode of Buck's Garage. In today's episode, we're going to put this torque converter onto this 212 Predator motor. Let's grab some tools, let's get to it. I picked up this motor on Marketplace. I don't know much about it other than that it wasn't a go-kart at one point. It runs. It already has the stage 1 conversion on it with the bigger air filter, so and a cool exhaust with a muffler. So I snatched it up, and it is a 3/4 inch shaft, which that's what I wanted, and I'm going to try to put it into my mini bike project. I got my converter from gopowersports.com. It's an awesome place for all your go-kart and mini bike needs. It came pretty quick, so let me show you what's inside. So these are the contents of your package. This came pre-assembled like this already. It's just kind of hand tied, so be mindful of that. This is all your hardware pretty much. This is the belt, and this is the other pulley. I kind of, from judging from photos, I kind of pre-assembled stuff, but that's kind of what it looks like. This is what you're looking at. I'm kind of gonna go over how to place things and everything once we're working on it, so you'll see what I'm doing. Mine didn't come with instructions for whatever reason, but I just did some YouTube research, and you can find a bunch of videos of people putting these together. This is a different color. I already painted this, so don't worry about it. It's a 10 tooth sprocket already installed, so let's get to it. Okay, so first of all, we're going to install this backing plate. You're going to need 4 of these bolts. Now this is important. There's a little lock washer there. So you get the lock washer, then the big washer, and they're gonna go in here like so. You're just gonna have to kind of hold this up and see what works. I mean, it's got a big old, axle back here, and it has to fit in this area. So we're just gonna hold this up and see where I can get it flush. Looks like we're gonna be using the center bolts. I'm just going to start these by hand. Get it positioned. There's really no way to mess this up. It's on one way. This goes on. Make sure you center it around here, and you're good to go. I believe these are 1/2 inch. I'm just going to tighten these with this wrench, and later we're going to make sure we tighten these with an impact driver. But actually, before I do that, let me put some Loctite on it. Okay, I got Loctite on all of these. I'm just gonna go through and hand tighten them, make sure everything's still moving. It's nice and tight. There's no interference with all the other parts. Looks like everything cleared. It barely, but it did. So the plate is pretty much done. I'm going to hit it with an impact here in a second. This still spins, so we're good. Shaft is in. Okay. Give it a little. Okay, I kind of had to look at some photos, but this is a spacer they give you, and I didn't know where exactly it goes. This thing is keyed, so you can see there's a key inside here that matches the keyway on your shaft. So when you slide this on here, it locks in with your shaft. But the problem is, see, now it's hitting these bolts that we put in. So my guess is that's where this little spacer goes. Right here. So when you put this back on, now you're clear of the bolts. Yes, there is one more washer, this thing, because if you look on top of this, these are not exactly flush, these two surfaces, but once you slide this off with this little washer, that brings it forward just a little bit, and now we are on the same level between these two plates, because this is where the belt goes on. This is your belt. Now, important point about the belt, if you can if you can see it right here, it is cut at an angle on this side, and then it's nice and straight on this side. It's nice and flush. So it's actually, I know you can't tell, but there you go. See this edge right here? It's cut at an angle like this. You want the flat side to go towards the engine, towards the flat surface of this. So that's where you put your belt on, and you want to slide it over this brass bearing right here. Boom, like this. So the belt is on. You never want to, they actually mentioned this on the website, you never want to pry this belt over, because you can stretch it and break it. You don't want to do that. So here we are, we're on the same level here, surface. The belt is on. Remember, this is still loose, so we need to tighten this down. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, so when you open this next part, you take the cover off, you can see the springs. This thing slides in and out. It also has a key inside there. You see it? Has a key, so that goes on your shaft. But the idea being, see how this has a ring, and then it's flat on this side. You want to keep it like this, so this will slide on this way. Yes, this way, like so. And then we'll put the cover, and the cover has got the flat spot, so just line those up right there with the outside of that. Then this bolt, which also has a groove here, and that thing has a key, so it's your keyway and a key. So you want to have the lock washer, regular washer, then this insert, which kind of centers everything. There we go, now we got Loctite. Key. I believe the reason they leave this loose like that is because they give you an extra sprocket, a 10-tooth sprocket right there, and this is your chain. That's where your chain is gonna go. So I believe this is why they left this loose, but we're gonna now tighten that. Okay, so this is a big guy, I don't even know. This is a 24mm wrench I'm using. I'm just gonna hold it. I think this is a lock nut, so I'm just gonna get it tight. Movement. And there it is. There's the installed torque converter for my 212 Predator motor. We'll see how this goes, how this behaves once I actually get it started, get it running. And I'm gonna have to throw it onto a mini bike, which is currently being also built from scratch. There's my front suspension I've been kind of working on. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Thanks so much for watching. Give it a like, consider subscribing, and I'll keep you guys posted on the progress, and then we'll see how it goes from there.